Oh, I am so honored to be speaking with Guy Berryman, the bassist, and Will Champion, the drummer of the band Coldplay, the guys who keep the beat.
Try to.
And I find you on the Music of the Spheres World Tour.
Right.
I know, Rutherford, East Rutherford, you're up in the Meadowlands today. You're all ours in Philly on Wednesday, June 8th. We are just a couple days away from that show. You're about a month in now. How's it all feeling?
Yeah, it's going pretty well, thanks. It's been very hot wherever we've been so far. It seems to be really hot at the moment. I don't know whether it's unseasonably hot everywhere in the States at the moment, but it feels like we're following the sun. So
that's a stadium tour for you, right? When you're outdoors.
Absolutely. But no, it's been fantastic. We've done some stuff on the West Coast. We've been down in Texas, and now we're over here on the East side, and it's been great so far. It's been fantastic. So we're just really happy to be out playing these shows. And I think this is a record that we've always felt was going to make sense in front of lots of people, and in big stadiums with lots of people singing along and big light shows and stuff. So I think we're really pleased to be finally here, and we're just so lucky that we get to play these enormous places. We're so grateful to everyone who makes the effort to turn up, because it's clearly not always straightforward getting to a big stadium show. So we're grateful
but so
for
well
everyone
worth it.
Well, let's hope so. We think so.
Yeah.
We think so.
I mean, I've had the good fortune of seeing you 2 times, once in an arena, but the last time where you'll be this Wednesday night at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. And just my mind blown every single time. And I really kind of can't wait for Wednesday, because, I don't know, there's something about this album. I can't stop listening to it. Hopefully we'll get to talk a little bit more about that after we chat a bit here about the tour. But this is like the one stadium tour. I tell people, like, if you've never seen Coldplay before, you can't miss this one, because it's always such a dynamic performance and a spectacle and so interactive with the fans. Talk to me about what it was like conceptualizing this tour in relation to the album Music of the Spheres, which was Grammy nominated, produced by Max Martin, and translating these songs to the stage.
Yes, well, this album was always really, we kind of made this album, with the fact that we knew we were going to go out and do big shows with it. So that kind of really helped steer the direction of the album. And it was great working with Max. And the songs have, it took a little bit of work to kind of learn how to play them in the live way, but as Will says, it just makes sense now, because this album was always designed to be, played in a live situation. And the way we've designed this show is really all about. I mean, for me, honestly, I feel like the show is actually the audience. Everyone gets a flashing wristband on their arm, and so just the spectacle of seeing that many people all wearing a light is just, it's just one of the most amazing things to stand and look out on. And the challenge that we always feel with stadium shows is, how do you make a really big space feel smaller and intimate? And I think, we've learned over the years how to kind of really make everybody feel part of the show, so there's not just kind of like a huge distance between the band and the audience. So
I totally feel that when you guys are on stage. It's like, it does feel like a moment in time, and fully immersed, and like we're all the only people, all 80,000 of us and you, on planet Earth. And that's why I say, like, I have to talk about the unbelievably affordable tickets that are available for the Philly show on Wednesday, because it is unheard of to find. Forget a $20 ticket. It almost costs you to see a movie these days. Go to a stadium tour and see someone like Coldplay. There's these infinity tickets, $20 a piece. You buy them in a pair. You head to the box office the night of the show. You pick them up, and you have no idea where you're going to be. Like, you could be a couple rows from the stage. This is amazing for students, for first responders. I mean, this really is. You can't beat this. I don't know how you turn down these infinity tickets.
Well, that's the plan. I think that we find so often in these in shows, when you sell a show, when you ticket it, quite often the most expensive seats tend to be near the front or whatever, and then maybe not everyone can afford those, and especially we are fully aware that the world is in it's seen we're in a bit of a tricky spot all over the place. The economies are in real are really tight. We're just emerging from this crazy kind of 2 years of devastation that the COVID pandemic has caused, and so we really feel like if ever there's a time to try and provide a really fun evening where people can be together again and people can sing and be part of a huge communal experience, we want to make that opportunity available to as many people as possible. And we're fully aware, as I said, about how sometimes concert tickets aren't that affordable for everyone. And so for us, the idea that maybe a few more people might be able to think, actually, let's maybe not go to a movie, let's go to a Coldplay show instead. And that is really something that we feel proud of and excited by. So hopefully people will take up I think there's a few left, and so we're really keen that as many people as possible can come and experience the show, because we feel strongly that we love it. The more people, the better. Yeah, and it's coldplay.com/tour if you want to explore tickets, and the Infinity tickets as well. But you talk about being proud of being able to offer a ticket like this. I can't imagine what it was like trying to plan a stadium tour with the uncertainty of the pandemic. But here we are, and it's happening, and it's a highly sustainable tour. I mean, we are talking solar panels. There's an opportunity for fans in the audience to pedal to power the show. You're cutting tour emissions by 50%. The one tree planted for every ticket. Yeah, that's amazing as well. With your Infinity tickets, you're also getting a tree planted in your name. So for $20, you're coming to see a show, but you're also getting a tree planted somewhere in the world in your name. So yeah, there's so much value to be had. Why was it so important for you to kind of go green as best as you possibly could for the show, right down to the fan transportation to the show through SAP, for finding low carbon transport to the show? All of this, it's very comprehensive. Why was it so important for you to try and do the tour, a stadium tour, this way? And how hard was that?
Well, it was extremely challenging, but the reason why is I think it's such a huge issue facing us all. Just the amount of energy and the amount of kind of carbon that's being produced in the world, and obviously, our show, when you go on tour, it is a pretty big operation in terms of how many people are moving around, how much equipment is moving around, how many trucks there are. So we realized very early on that we should really start looking into this and preparing for this tour, and seeing how many small decisions we could make along the way, which would make an overall and significant difference to our kind of carbon footprint to the way we tour. And so we were very lucky that we had time over during the COVID pandemic to kind of really speak to a lot of people and suppliers and people who had great initiatives, to try and integrate new ideas into the tour, in order to kind of provide a prototype, to show other people who are touring what is possible. So we're kind of learning. It's not perfect. There's always things that we can improve, but I think a lot of the initiatives that we've introduced on this tour will be easily translatable into other people's tours. 100%. If you can do it, if Coldplay can do it for a stadium tour, we hope other artists going out on the road will respond. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I know it's a show day for you, and I'm sure you want to get your head in the zone, or I don't know, play some video games, grab a bite to eat. But Will and Guy, I do just want to ask if you each just want to answer this. Who's the greatest band you've ever seen live, each of you, and which band or artist do you wish you could have seen but never had the chance to? Good question. I think the greatest band that I saw live were probably the Flaming Lips, who were instrumental in kind of shaping our idea about how much fun a concert can be. Obviously, there are amazing concerts we've seen where it's really sort of intense,
brooding, emotional music, but the Flaming Lips kind of embrace the idea of not taking yourself too seriously and not being afraid to make a show feel more like a kind of carnival or a circus, you know, just that sense of wonder and a sense of fun, which we really respond to. And in terms of bands that I wish I'd seen that I never did, it would probably be the Pogues when they were at their absolute peak.
Good choice. Well, I was very lucky enough to see James Brown play many years ago in Japan. And I think that was probably the greatest band that I'd seen play live. I'm a huge fan. And in terms of bands that no longer are around, well, I'd probably have to say the Beatles. I'd love to have seen the Beatles live. They didn't play live very much.
That's right.
So it would have been nice to have, and it wasn't a great experience by all accounts because of all the fan noise, but I still would love to have seen them play.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah, that documentary they put out over Christmas shows how difficult it was for them to all just get on the same page to perform live. Couldn't agree with you guys more. I just want to thank Will Champion and Guy Berryman for your time today of Coldplay. Of course, the Music of the Spheres World Tour is only going to be in one place on Wednesday, June 8th, and that is at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Again, you've got ticket options, coldplay.com/tour. Those Infinity tickets, $20 a piece. Find a friend, buy two, go to the box office. You're going to find out where you're going to sit. Could be anywhere in the stadium. And again, it's a show not to be missed. If you've never seen Coldplay before, or if you've seen them, find someone in your life that hasn't, because they will always remember it. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great show.
Thank you, Heather. Thanks for your kind words. It's lovely to talk to you.
Thanks for talking with SoJO 1049. Bye-bye.
Bye.